Hello everybody, this is VerticalSandwich, and welcome back to Let's Play Rayman Raving Rabbids 2. This is Burgerinni. Oh, this is going to be awful. Okay, so the way that this works is that you have to tilt the Wiimote back and forth to kind of move the burger around, and if you hit A, you can break and steady the burger. However, this is just impossible. Like, and I'm not gonna do good at this game. I can't do good at these games. We'll play it, but oh, jeez. All right. So you come out with like a small burger first, and you've got to you tilt back and forth and try not to fall off of things, and you just got to get it to that guy. That's all you got to do. All right, and the first one's really easy. So, but then they get taller. So. And it's rough, it's just rough, you just trust me on that. And maybe, if you're going back and forth, and you get a good rhythm down or something, and you're hitting A a lot, maybe you can make it work for these bigger burgers, but it's really, when they get really big, it's so easy to just drop them that it's ridiculous. Oh, so there, we got a third one to him without dropping any of it. Awesome. See, at this level, any kind of movement does that. There you go. Okay. See, and this is just impossible. It's just so hard to move. Look at that! Oh, we got some points for that. For spilling it on him, I guess. Yeah, and that one we got out the door and hit A right away and still spilled part of it. Oh, we got 73 cents or 73 points for the bun. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Try to spill it on him. All right. Okay. And there, yeah, you can fall through the skylight. I give up. I officially give up. Let's take some running dives and have some fun with it. Wow, we did pretty good in that little... Here we go, one last run! Yeah! That was kind of perfect timing. Alright. Yeah, we did better than I thought we were gonna. Because I absolutely did not care. But it's, it's one less game we have to show. It's ridiculous that we broke a low score or a high score for that. We did so bad. Alright, and so this is the last song of this tour, or the last game of this tour. And of course, it's a song. And I have a little trouble with this one. This one's a little rough. I love the song Satisfaction and everything. It's just that... Actually, it's not my favorite Doors tune. Or Doors tune. God! Oh my god. It's not my favorite Rolling Stone tune. I actually, God, the Doors. I like Give Me Shelter a lot better. But the timing in this really messes me up. And it's not this part. This part's fine. Because this is really straightforward. It's right here. It's the alternating back and forth. I think it has more to do with the moving the Wiimote and the nunchucks right than it does anything else. Well, we did already that one too. I mean, if you listen to the actual drum playing, it doesn't sound that great. So how's everybody doing? I didn't ask that. We're fine, VerticalSandwich. Awesome. When I say things like that, awesome, I always think of Colonel Clink from Hogan's Heroes. Hogan! There's probably a little Invader Zim in there too. A while back, somebody put a comment on one of my videos. They were like, "Great Invader Zim impression," and I was like, "What do you mean Invaders?" Like, so I listened to the video and I had done an Invader Zim impression in there, and like, I didn't remember that at all. But I talked about like the whole like the first episode and like was doing Gur impressions, like Zim impressions. That's so stupid. But what are you gonna do? You gotta have fun, right? Because if you're not having fun, then what are you doing? Ugh, it's just like my, you know, I know I'm doing really good and I got through that last change up really well, but like, sometimes just like my hands just don't want to do it. They're just like, they rebel. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, you know, actually, it's funny because like the Rolling Stones are not the kind of thing that I would normally like. Like in my music choices, I mean, like, actually, if you look at my favorites list on YouTube, like, you'll see a lot of, I like a lot of this psychedelic rock. It's this, you know, really crazy kind of rock. So, oh, we just missed hitting 200. Anyway, but it's hard to not like the Stones. I mean, there's just something so kind of simple about just like, it's just rock kind of in its music. So I was thinking about that the other day about like just how great a guitarist, like, or at least a songwriter like Keith Richards and Mick Jagger are, just from the fact that like you hear like the opening of like Jumpin' Jack Flash and like instantaneously know what song it is. Like if you've heard that song 3 times, you're just like, oh my god, you know, like, it's just unbelievable. Anyway, talking about things I'm not qualified to talk about. Oh my god, not qualified. Like you have to have a PhD in musicology to talk about the Rolling Stones and Keith Richards and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I play guitar, so, like, I have a passing interest in guitars. I'm not one of those guys who could ever read, like, you know, like, Guitar Player magazine or whatever, and get really into it. But I like really good guitarists. I mean, I like the people who have really, I don't know, there's something beyond kind of mastering the instrument, you know, that, like, just something of, like, it's just amazing when somebody who has mastered the instruments, this is our next first-person shooter, by the way. Well, not our next, it's the one at the end of this trip. But somebody who has mastered the instrument, who really has a feel for it, too. You know, because theoretically anybody could learn to, like, play, well, maybe not everybody could learn to play every chord, but, like, a lot of people could, but, like, it takes something else to be, like, just an amazing guitarist. I don't know. It's that way with anything, though, I mean, you know. I guess it's the difference between, you know, learning how to play like a Beethoven sonata and like being Beethoven. Alright, so this is our friend the chef, and yeah. He I don't know. It's something about France, I guess, that they like, that this is the most stereotypical thing that they could think of. Was a big angry chef. That cop car chasing that cow. Shoot those guys! Those guys look what you think of, like what you stereotypically think of as like French police officers too. And, like, obviously there's the Eiffel Tower in the background, and you know, again, French video game company made this, so they're allowed to put UFOs in Paris, I suppose. That's one of the places I've never been. I would like to go. I would like, yeah. So see if you hit it a second time, it changes the station. By the way. I would really like to go to France. I speak a very little. I speak a little French, but it would be nice to go long enough to, you know, increase my language skills a little and see some of the, you know, the world famous stuff. So. Alright! More rabbits! Sacre bleu! Rabbits! Alright, anyway. Enough hokey French. That is about as hokey as French gets right there. It just like sounds like Pepe Le Pew. Oh my god, Pepe Le Pew. I haven't thought about that in forever. I was watching new Looney Tunes cartoons the other day, and they were really risque. I was like, oh my god. I mean, I guess that's the kind of stuff you would do now, I suppose. If, you know, like... I mean, I guess the Warner Brothers company is still making the... But, you know, like, it's a whole new generation of people making the judgment calls in those cartoons now. I'm assuming that that river is the Seine. I don't know. I don't... No idea. Again, I've never been to Paris. Oh, how I would love to go to Paris. Okay. What are these like, are these some sort of sailor outfits these things are wearing? And you see, this is a drastically different level than our... Oh, that was a great Super Bunny shot. This is a drastically different level than the level we were just in, which was very cramped and full of... And this is very open. Just kind of keeping the Rabbids at a distance. Which is fine, I mean... You know, it's still the same basic premise. Shoot the Rabbids. Shoot them in the face! Brah! I don't know what to say about this. I mean, because on one hand, I find it absolutely and totally hilarious. Everything about these bunnies trying to murder us. Everything about it, like, I find absolutely brilliant and hilarious. But then on the other hand, like, it's hard to talk about. Strategically, it's point and click, really. And it's like, aim at the bunny, shoot him in the head. Aim at the bunny, shoot him in the head. So... But I do love it. I mean, I don't want to say that, like, I don't love the... Actually, it's the part of the Raving Rabbids games that I want to see change the least. Like, I would love a game entirely of first-person shooter for these guys. Maybe not a game entirely of that, but mostly of that. I mean, because, like, you know, the original game had, like, 12 different first-person shooter levels. And that was a good amount, you know, like, out of 72 games or whatever, to have 12 of them be first-person shooters, that was nice. I could have done 20. That would have been good at all. So if you're listening out there, game designer, people who are designing what Rayman's Raving Rabbids 3, I don't know if that's really a thing. More first-person shooters for VerticalSandwich. All right. Yeah. What are we doing? Oh, we're walking in this fancy building. Ooh, fancy. There's a line in Miller's Crossing, the Coen Brothers movie, where this guy's all mad at people, and he says, "You fancy pants." Oh yeah, it's just so great. It was such a crazy line for an adult to say out loud, like, use fancy pants. I think he says use fancy pants too. It's not like, you know, it's very goofy. And he's like this mob boss too, so it's like, it's meant in all seriousness, where he's just like, use fancy pants. That movie's got some crazy lines in it too. It's just like a great, it has one of my favorite lines, like, or one of my favorite discussions of all time, where I think the main character's talking about, like, he had this dream where he was out at Miller's Crossing, his hat blew off, and the woman he's in bed with is like, and then you chased it, but you couldn't catch it. Finally did catch it, and when you picked it up, it wasn't a hat anymore. It had changed to something magical, something wonderful. And he just looks at her all nuts. It just goes like, nah, it stayed a hat, and I didn't chase it. It's like, there's nothing so sad as Nothing so sad in this world as a man chasing after his own hat. It's just so great because she really does build it up like he's gonna be like, yeah, it was turned into this thing, and he's just like, nah, it stayed a hat. And I didn't chase it. So good. That movie is so good. Oh my god, see Miller's Crossing. See it 5 times. It's such a great. It's so hard to pick like the best thing the Coen brothers have done, but that's right up there. Right up there with No Country for Old Men and Oh Brother Where Art Thou. So now we have gingerbread men. Gingerbread bunnies anyway, or gingerbread rabbits. Alright. Shoot those gingerbread rabbits in the face! Oh, got it. One of the upsides of them hitting you is that they all start laughing, so you get a good clear shot. Jeez! Tiny little rabbits. So nuts. I mean, and they make them run around in a way that, like, if you could hit those and keep a streak going, I mean, man. Like, while they're running around. Look at this craziness. Alright. Come on, die, rabbits! Ugh, I'm a little stuffed up. Alright, so this one is a cliffhanger. Alright, so when we come back, we will do another tour. And, you guys, thanks for watching. We barely missed 12,000. And, I'll see you next video. Bye, everybody!